And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Now let's see who this is on. So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come out.
Ready? Black 22.
Now a play fake here on first down. Shakes up, but in the end, the pressure too great, and he goes down. The former Buckeye, Cameron Hayward. And it'll be a 2nd and long.
All right, partner, I'm going to be Captain Obvious right here. Not the start you're looking for offensively, right? Incomplete pass, followed by a sack.
And when he went down, it looked like that right ankle got turned, but thankfully he popped up okay, and they breathed a sigh of relief on that sideline.
Wait. Under 10. Under 10. 10. Wait. Hey, stop.
On play action, Winston. Escaping the pressure right. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. Charles, already trailing by a touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Jameis to throw it. Sliding out of the pocket. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play. A 3rd down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
Fielded at the 20. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. The Giants offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. And he held on to it, but he probably shouldn't have as they get him behind the line.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
Cousins now on 2nd down. And this one complete to Will Fuller. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. That one goes for 24 yards.
All right, now here we go. Gun.
A 1st down throw for Cousins. Gets this one left side to Pettis. And he's brought down. 10 more there and another 1st down. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time. Really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
Now McKinnon. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Now, a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Tremendous field position there and a perfect time to do exactly what they did. Take a shot at the end zone. And they went for the big play, just unable to complete it.
An incomplete pass on second down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10.
Hey, 382, let's listen.
On 3rd down, Cousins. And they drop it for a loss, but penalty markers are on the field. Let's see about the call. Well, this crowd does not like that call.
Understandable reaction from them. That's their team that the penalty is going against. But you and I both know they're going to take care of the quarterback.
A bad time for a roughing penalty, and they get the gift of a 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Cousins. Throw right side, caught by Ridley. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down. It will. First trip to the red zone for the Giants. They've got a 1st and goal from the 10-yard line. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6. So that run gets him about halfway home.
Yes, now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
Cousins now. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Only able to pick up 2, and that leads us to 3rd and goal.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Throwing, Cousins, and that is caught. He's got it for a Giant touchdown. Calvin Ridley, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Giants are able to grow their lead. Extra point up and good by Walsh. And that'll make the score 14-0. Here's Bosher to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Panthers now as their offense comes back out onto the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early. Probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board.
Hey, let's go.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
The ball gets bumped up. It's now 2nd and 4 after the penalty. And they'll run it here. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. Derek Nottie makes the tackle. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you've got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Now on 3rd down, that pass knocked down in the backfield and incomplete. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. This is brought in at the 21. A 41-yard punt, 9 on the return, and out will come the offense as they take over. The first look at the NFL scoreboard comes from the Motor City. It's the Lions that have grabbed the early lead, and we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. And the first play of the drive goes to McKinnon. Shreds the tackle. Still on his feet. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating him up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, knock it loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
Yeah, it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
Yeah, it was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know it's coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
They go play action here on first down.
Well, maybe that can give them a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things has gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's the Giants with the football here as we begin quarter number 2. But they face a second and long to start things out. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
Rhino!
Second down, Cousins. He finds McKinnon, complete. And he's going to go out of bounds, taking it down inside the 25. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs.
All right, now here we go. Oh. Here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Benardrick McKinney there to make the stop.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
To throw, Cousins. And a great return as he takes this up just shy of the 45. He was looking for Daniels that time.
Offensively, when you see cover 2, the thought has to go through the quarterback's head. Drive the football when making throws. It's not just the deep guys covering. It's the guys underneath you have to be careful of. Drive your throw. Otherwise, you see what results? Interceptions.
Winston under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Now Jameis on second down. He's going to float this one deep right side into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Mike Hughes. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. Thomas the intended target. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
Now McKinnon to start the drive. They find some open field here. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
They run it with McKinnon, and he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. So a second down throw for Cousins. Over the middle, that's caught by Ridley. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Here's McKinnon. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
Well, with the kind of half he's had, I think we can forgive him that run, right? Not every run's going to be a big play, is it?
No, and also the blocking just wasn't there. No room to run.
Yeah, defensively, they got to find a way to build on that because he's eating them alive in the first half.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down.
Let's go.
Cousins from the gun on third. And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down. Ben Gideon coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it'll be fourth down. And Walsh able to convert it as his kick is good. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, a piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Carolina getting set to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a first down.
Hey, let's go first. Wait.
Jameis now on first down. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 12 yards there as they move the chains. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Back with more from Charlotte after this.
Let's go now. It's time to play. Five down. Stand up there. Slam.
Now a first carry for LeGarrette Blount. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Let's go.
Again, here's Blount. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
On first and 10, Winston. Flush to his, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Cameron Hayward in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year.
Let's go.
Now with carry for Blunt. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but yeah, from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. From the shotgun, it's Winston. Looking for the end zone. So they took a shot there on 3rd down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4th.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So they do get to 3 points before they hit halftime, something to build on maybe.
Yeah, go ahead and raise the banner, right? Wave the flag. That's good. Got points, and now, as you said, they've got something to build on as they get ready for the second half.
And now out come the Giants. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that could change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
Screen play, McKinnon. He finds an opening past the 40, and he'll take it to the 43-yard line. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1.
Let's go, let's go. Black.
Cousins now to throw on 1st down. Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action.
Let's go.
First down. Here's Cousins. Fuller brings it in over the middle. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 12 more yards there and another first down. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. He hit his first. Now this one from 48 yards away. So we come upon halftime here with the visiting Giants out on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, here's Bosher to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the 3rd quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But this is do that?
I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. They'll run it now out of the gun. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got to just pin their ears back and get after him now.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Play action now. Winston. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Alshon Jeffrey, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and short.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Winston on 3rd and 2. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. That's caught inside the 20. Thomas barreling ahead. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Well, it's one thing to grab it with one hand, but when you make a catch of that distance, quite another.
Yes, sir. I mean, that one right there, we keep talking about the high-flying antics that we're seeing from receivers nowadays. Doesn't matter what spot they start in. But when it actually does happen in the heat of battle, brings me right out of my seat.
They'll go to Blunt, try and pound it in. And he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. LeGarrette Blunt, his first touchdown on the year. And the Panthers are able to cut into this lead. Forbath able to convert the extra point, and the lead is trimmed down to 10. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Here's the Giants offense now getting set to start the 3rd quarter. And the last time that they were on the field, a little demoralizing. Missed field goal. You always feel like you want to get it in the end zone, but then, oh, well, at least we're going to get 3. Didn't go through the goalpost, though.
It does test the mental processes of the team, though, doesn't it? Because when you miss a field goal, it's amazing how fast they want to turn on the guy kicking the ball. But you need to keep his confidence up, because how many times have we seen games where it comes down to the stretch? And guess what? You need that guy to make the big kick for your team to move on or to win a game. Make sure you keep him happy. Make sure you keep him comfortable.
I'm sure you always treated the kicker nicely, though, right?
You know, truthfully, I did.
Good.
I always did, because those guys, they won us a whole lot of games.
Maybe a free play here. Cousins. Looking left side, he's got a man. That's Fuller. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. So with the completed pass and the yardage they got, they'll decline the penalty.
So obviously more yards on the pass completion than they would have gained with the penalty. They did the math. They did it well, and it works for them.
So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Cousins. He sets to fire deep. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you go make a play on the football.
On 2nd down, Cousins again. Throw right side taken in by Pettis. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down. Cousins now 5 straight completions here in this 2nd half. 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. Down to the 30 after a gain of 3.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now. Play action now. Cousins.
His throw caught at about the 5. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Will Fuller, his first touchdown on the year. And the Giants add on to their lead. And the lead will grow by one more. Here's Bosher to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Carolina getting set to take the field. They did what they had to do to start this third quarter, went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago, and we're right back where we started at halftime.
Yeah, you're exactly right, Parker. They had a little bounce in their step after scoring that first touchdown, but the defense gave one up, and that's the problem right now. Can they get better play from their defense while they continue to score on offense?
Here's Blunt. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. On 3rd down, Winston. He's going to float this one deep right side. And this will be caught at the 30. And he is down deep into Giant territory. A big play there for Carolina. 55 yards. From the red zone now, Winston. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on 1st down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
They go play action. Winston. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Winston from the gun on 3rd down. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
The Panthers on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and forever. Play fake. Winston. And the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
That's on target, but it's no good. He had it on line, but it came up just shy of the crossbar, and this score will stay right where it is.
Well, he's got a big leg, and when everything comes together, he can certainly hit from long range, but this one's going to come up just a little bit short. A very good effort, though.
The drive starts with a handoff to McKinnon. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. And we're back now in Charlotte. It's the Giants with the football and also the lead as we get set to start quarter number 4.
Let's go, let's go.
Cousins now on second down. Looking to complete it to Pettis, and he's got him. And he's brought down after a good gain. A good pickup there of 20 yards. And defensively, they just don't seem to have much of an answer for this passing game.
Not at all. Look at the confidence that's exhibited here. With that type of a lead, clock on their side, instead of running it, they're still throwing it, trying to pick up first downs and keeping the football.
And he'll bring this one inside the 35. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Lino!
Throwing is Cousins. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
McKinnon. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Now we've got a Giant player here slow to get up after that last play. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. They go play action. Cousins. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete. So the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Open man is Pettis. It's complete. And he doesn't quite make it. They do stop him, but he gets it all the way down to the 1.
Listen to me.
They come out here in the eye.
Ready?
They'll give it to Chubb. And his first carry, he loses the football. And that moment we just saw, always so special for any rookie, the first touchdown of his career.
And there's nothing like anticipation, is there? You know he's been dreaming about it, thinking about it. It's been a part of every bit of his being. And finally, it gets done. He's got to feel great right now.
Here's Bosher to kick it away. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. Oh, spinning away. Oh, look at the juke. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. And the Panthers coming out now. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their defense.
And the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down. Mario Addison in there to record another sack. Their 6th of the afternoon. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll power his way up near the 25. Now that run good for 6 yards, but they're still looking up at a 3rd and 15.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. They'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
Going up top. And this is caught at the 20. A big play there for Carolina. 59 yards.
I know they had good coverage downfield, but you have to wonder, on 3rd and long like that, How does that happen, that they can get that far downfield and complete a pass? You got to guard the sticks, understand where you are, and so it's almost like someone fell asleep at the switch.
He's got it for a Panther touchdown. Trey Burton, his second touchdown on the season. And the Panthers, they're able to draw a bit closer. And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
Buying time to his left. And this one's incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a two-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
Let's go.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And some room to work. Past the 20. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Nick Chubb with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Giants are able to grow their lead. Walsh adds the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Here's Bosher to kick it away. This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. And onto the field, here come the Panthers.
Let's go.
First down, Winston. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. A good pickup there, 26 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
Jameis to throw it. He's going to float this. Oh, got a man. It's caught inside the 10. A big play there for Carolina. 45 yards.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. Now Jameis on 2nd down. Flushed out right. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. In for the score. And the Panthers are able to cut into this lead.
He was able to move around and found some vision to throw the football. And how about how he ended it? Boy, he had some zip on that throw.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt to have an arm like that. Results in the touchdown here. Great play offensively. Jameis again. Eluding the pressure right. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Jonathan Cyprien.
It's interesting that when it comes to two-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Short kick. One of the up middle take it down. And they're able to return this one all the way up to the 45.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
Good starting field position for the New York Giants here as they come up 1st and 10.
Gone!
Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes. And quickly, we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause of the action. A timeout here defensively. The Giants on 3rd down. They've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. This is going to be 3rd and 13. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. He's going to let this one go deep. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Trevor Williams with a pick. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
Well, it's 3rd and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
Let's convert. Green, 17.
Following the interception, Winston. He's going to let it fly. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jonathan Cyprien, and they will take over at the 29-yard line. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb, and nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
When you're trying to create space for your running back, the first thought is how physical is the offensive line. Sometimes it's just positioning. On that play, it didn't matter about positioning or being physical. The defensive front, they out-leveraged them and won the battle.
Clock counting down toward 40 seconds as they take the knee. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game. Third and 11. And some extra depth to the secondary here. They're in the dime. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The Giants on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 11. Working out of the gun, Cousins. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Trevor Williams with a pick. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. Well, they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the fourth quarter trying to hang on to that lead.
Talking about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. Boy, people are really happy about those picks. Any fantasy team that has this defense.
Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. So they took a shot. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, Winston again. Escaping the pressure right. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down. Now they got to get to the line quickly. From the gun, Winston. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And down inside the 15 he goes. And they'll get 14 yards out of it and a fresh set of downs. One last shot now for Winston. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time has run out now on this game.
I done seen the best of